Hi guys, Chris here with the second video or the second day of the Azon 2015 30-day challenge. Of course, even though it will go on 30 days, I may do a few videos after that, depending on if we need to cover all the points. The purpose of this 30-day challenge is to challenge it and for you to get the sites up, or even if you got the sites up, to work on them until you get the results that you're after. So I wanted to start. You can actually see, if you haven't viewed it yet, you can see the first video here, day one, and that video will tell you about picking a niche and how to make sure you've got the best chance of ranking and give you a really good technique. And you had a challenge at the end of that video to pick 5 niches using the method in it. It's quite a long video. You know, I did say it would be a short one, but it goes right into it and it will give you a really good niche selection method. But in this video, I want to take a step back and get all mystical on you. Not so much mystical, I'm joking of course, but I want to take a step back and talk about the nitty-gritty and also the stuff that I believe you need to know, the stuff that you can't get past if you're seriously looking at having an online business. And I'm not just talking about Amazon here, I'm talking about anything that you do online. I do a lot of coaching and I have a lot of clients and I speak to a lot of people, and literally if I could list the #1 reason why people don't make money online, it's not so much, you know, it used to be a case that people would say they don't take action. I don't believe that's true. I believe people try their best. There are some people that don't take action, but I believe if you really want to make it work, you're going to try. I believe it is perfection and also not having a plan. Not having... For those of you that are really interested in this, and if you really want to go for it, check out the playlist on the YouTube channel with the success report, how to set goals. I don't know whether you got that. It's well worth a read through, even if you think that stuff is sort of a bit out there and you sort of think setting goals, can that really help? Because I truly believe that you need goals, set out, written down goals that you know what you're working for. For instance, we could start on this Amazon stuff. One of the first things I do when I have clients is work out what their goals are. That's one of our first starting points. You have to work out where you are and where you want to be. And here's my point to you. If you're just looking to build an online business part-time, that's fine. There's no problem with that if you want to keep your 9 to 5 or keep your job or have other things going on. But if that's the case, this probably won't mean that much to you, because I believe that you can just build a business up and you can work on this when you want to, and it won't take a big part of your life. It's more of a hobby. You've got an income coming in and you don't have to worry about this too much. Now, for those of you in Group B that perhaps are in between jobs, being made redundant, all sort of stuff going on in this economy, if you're there and you're looking to start an online business, this will be very, very important to you. You will need goals. You need goals to motivate you, not just goals to, for instance, there's no wrong way of doing this, bear in mind, but I thought I'd start with this stuff because I believe it's very, very important. You can write down your goals list, but if your goals are pay the bills, make sure I've got enough food in the cupboard, to make sure the mortgage is paid, and so on. If they're goals like that, that will not, in my experience, motivate you. And likewise, you don't have to set goals saying to make $500,000 a week. I'm not saying that you have to go from paying the bills to making vast amounts of money, but here's the thing. You do have to write goals that will really motivate you. So maybe it's a vacation. Maybe it's somewhere that you want to visit in the world that you never have and always said that you're going to do. Make enough money to go. Build your online business up. You need goals. You need something that really motivates you. Only you will know. Maybe it's to, as I'm thinking of it here, because I was doing those elliptical machines, cross trainers. Maybe it's to get really fit for the new year, and you sort of need a fitness piece of equipment so you could make the money to do that. Of course, the bills and the mortgage, of course, I'm not saying don't think about them. I'm saying that they won't motivate you particularly. That is why people go 9 to 5 to pay the bills, and they're not motivated, and they try and get a bit of entertainment from the television when they get in. And I know this sounds pretty harsh, but they don't. They're sort of, and you go back to your 9 to 5 and you have to go because you think it's the only choice. I'm telling you, I've built up my online business and it has been hard work. But you can do it too if you have written goals, things you want, and a plan of action. And then all you need, literally, is the consistency. I've mentioned this before in the course, but you literally need the consistency to carry on and to get started on faith alone. That sounds all very cryptic and so on, but it is the main reason why people will not succeed online. Here's the best piece of advice I could give you. If you build the sites as I show in the course, and if you work hard on them, and if you follow the course, and if you ask questions, and if you send me sites that you've built, I will give you as much help as I possibly can and as much time as I possibly can. But if you're looking for push button systems, if you're looking for things to quote unquote do it for you, where you set it up and you just click a button and you're thinking you're going to make a income doing that, chances are you won't. Again, in my experience, if it works for you, brilliant. But I've been online for a long time, nearly 15 years, and over 10 years of those running my own business, and never have I found a way, whether it be ClickBank, Amazon, CPA stuff that I did, eBay stuff, drop shipping, email marketing, network marketing, whatever it is, it's always involved hard work. And in actual fact, it's involved crazy hours. I mean, right now, for instance, this video that I'm making you, and I'm really trying to give you some stuff. What I want this 30-day challenge to be is and I'm going to bring back the coffee with Chris as well and give you some tips. But what I want it to be is what I would say to you if we met in a coffee shop, or if we were having a drink together and you were saying, Chris, look, what's the best piece of advice you can give me to get my online business making money? It would be this. To go when you get home after our coffee or our drink, write down your goals. Then have a plan of action. If you know how to build the sites, have a plan. 3 sites a week, 5 sites a week. The more urgent you need the funds, obviously increase your plan to meet that, and then it's the consistency and the discipline to do it. It is really hard work, but I guarantee you, if you're serious about having an online business, and that is the only people that will succeed, you can do it. And then you build from there, build it up into an authority site, and that's where we're going to talk about in Azon Kickstart 2015. It will deal with a few different site building strategies and what Google looks for, and a lot more on SEO, but it will also deal with building it up into an authority site. So that's really what today is about. I hope it made sense. I know it's a bit sort of out there and not anything, do this, do that. I'm saying to you that what you need to do now is write down your goals. You've hopefully got your 5 niches. If you haven't done it yet, don't worry, just go back and do it. The cool thing about all this discipline stuff is if you've missed a beat, just get back on the horse and start riding. And seriously, that's as easy as it is. And just carry on. Get your 5 niches. Watch this video through. Even if you struggle with this stuff, even do a plan to dedicate yourself to this. So if you have trouble with attention, or if you have trouble staying motivated, or shiny object syndrome, or whatever, just don't try too hard. Just set a sort of timer. I know you don't need a stopwatch, but set a timer and say, right, I'm going to dedicate a good hour to this, and I'm going to dedicate an hour to action. And even if the action is day one, picking 5 niches, you will have done a lot more than you normally do if that's the case. And then you can go on from there. But get your goals written down, things that you really want, things you might have put off. Don't worry about how you're going to get them or how much money you need. Write the goals to motivate you, and then you can build a plan. Now, to build a plan, I recommend the coaching. This is basically building a plan. You can watch this video here. You'll find a link to this page underneath this video. And you'll see it here, and you can watch the video and show you. I show you a site, that Best Projector site, and I show you literally 2-page site, and it's bringing in money. So I know this stuff works. I know that I've been using exactly the same SEO strategies, pretty much a few tweaks, and you'll see a few new ones in Azon Kickstart 2015, but more or less the same. It works because it's giving Google what they want, which is quality. There are, and you can quote me on this, in terms of SEO, the way Google's moving is there are no shortcuts. The key to being successful online with Amazon or ClickBank or whatever it is the quality of your content in terms of the quality, so they land and they can make sense of it and they think, oh, I've landed on a gaming projector site, and then a call to action. I see a lot of people failing with Amazon as well because they're scared, or not scared, maybe that's the wrong word, but they're a bit sort of holding back on the sales because they think, I don't really want to seem salesy. When they land on your site, you are giving a review of a product that they are looking for. So, you know, if they land, tell them. If you're in a hurry, you don't have to read this site. Click here to go through to Amazon. If you feel that you have to, you've got your affiliate disclaimer on the site and so on. Even say, I'm an affiliate of this product, just do a little note and say, click here to go through to Amazon. Bear in mind, I'm an affiliate for this product and I will receive a commission when you do so. Or you can check out the review of this product, and you could do it like that. But what we will do in the coaching is make sure you've got some good niches and you're armed with some good niches to go into this challenge with. You get a 2-hour Skype call with me, domain name suggestions, money keywords, and you get the action plan. And that is vital. If you're going into the stuff, you've got your goals, set your goals now. There is something that I do together out of this video. Set your goals down and work with me so I can build you an action plan. And really it's as simple as this. We take your goals, we take how much money you want, or they might not all be money goals, but we take the money ones and then we break it down, find out how many sites that you need, find out how hard you have to work on it, and find out when you can outsource, and we do a month-by-month plan. So you've got something you can really get going at, and you get unlimited support via Skype. Basically, you can ask me questions and so on, and you get free access to Azon Kickstart 2014, and I will include, because it's 2015 now, free access to Azon Kickstart 2015. You get a discount on the site building service, and you also get a free access to the Azon Fast Results webinar and follow along. So you get the plan, and that's the main thing. If you've got a plan, you've got your goals, you will be able to do this stuff. You will know how important that is based on how long you've spent trying to do this stuff. If you are, and this is sort of like a wide net, I know, but if you haven't made money online, it's either overwhelm, so you've got so much going on and you sort of think, which direction do I do? Or shiny object syndrome, where everything looks so good and it looks so easy. I'm asking you to just stop the shiny object syndrome and start working on your business. Only if you're serious and you want an online business. I can guarantee if you really want an online business, you can have one, but you have to be serious. You have to be prepared to put the work in and work really hard, probably harder than you've worked online before. I mean, obviously, you know, you have to enjoy it, but if you're serious and you meet that criteria, grab the coaching. Let's work together. Let's work on your goals. Let's get you started January 2015, and let's go for it and start making it happen. I'll leave the video there, guys. I just thought I'd sort of do a video on that because it is really, really important. Have a look at the success report as well, or I will see you personally in the coaching and we'll get going. Okay, guys, cheers.